What's going on, YouTube? This is your man Tagatu. I'm doing a different video this time. I don't know if you've noticed on the Twitter, on HeXp Gaming Twitter, on my Twitter, I've been putting a lot of tweets out there to come check out my stream. In recent past, I've been having a lot of problems as far as being able to stream, and this is primarily one of them, especially with League of Legends. This was a good video card. This is actually my 560 Ti. As you can tell, it's been through wear, a lot of dust on it, and so I decided to step this up a little bit, and I went and got a GTX 760. Now this one was a 560 Ti or SI or whatever the hell it was. So this is the 760, and it's massive. You know, if you were to compare this video card to this one, it's a lot more massive. It's actually got, I don't know if you can tell under there, it's got 3 fans under there. It's got 2 GB of GDDR5. It's a beast. It's PCI Express 3.0. My last one was a PCI Express 2.0. So some serious gaming power coming out of this. This is going to allow me to stream straight from my graphics card, put everything in high def, you know, max out all the settings. So this is a really good card. It's also SLI compatible, so I can actually link 2 of these up. I do have another Express card right under there, so I can actually link these up and get double the power. Now, the main purpose of this video, obviously the graphics card, but with the graphics card I also had to do some upgrades. My power supply, which is this one right here, was only a 400 watt. I was actually pushing the 400 watt with the last graphics card, and with this one it's saying that, you know, at least a 450 to 500. Well, I went ahead and got a 550, upgraded that, so it's a ultra professional hybrid series 550, and it's actually you know, I can actually connect different connections to it and expand on it as needed. It's a hybrid cable design. It's got a 135 millimeter fan. You look at some of the specs right here. It's got the 24 pin, which is for my motherboard. It's got one 4x4 pin, which is again for the motherboard. 7 SATA connectors, 3 4-pin connectors, one for the power floppy, and then 2 of the 6+2 PCI Express connectors. So this should be plenty of, you know, of power for me right now. On top of that, I actually I don't have the fans in here, but I'm going to be overclocking my processor, so this fan's not going to be enough, and then of course this fan's not going to be enough, and then this fan's not going to be enough. So I went ahead and I put in another fan back here, which is a LED, green LED one that shines on the front, and I also got one that's going to, you know, attach to the outer case and blow directly on the CPU, and that's got green LEDs on it. And I also got another fan that's going to hook up and blow right on that. So I'm going to overclock my processor as well as my graphics card. So there's going to be a lot of power. And if you guys have seen me through the streaming the past couple days, I've actually been improving the quality of it. Give a big shout out to Equate, which is actually on one of our teams, Paradox, with Casper and Snake. Equate also plays with some of the Justice kids. If you haven't noticed, you know, old HeXp Gaming Pro team went over to Justice, so we've kind of got ties unofficially with them. But I'm going to go ahead and set this up, get all this junk out of the way, and we'll start installing this this power adapter. Alright guys, just in case you haven't installed your own graphics card, they're very easy to install. All you basically got to do, to, if you already have one in, to take one out, make sure your screw right here is disconnected, and then there's a white little clip on here. All you gotta do is press it down and pull your graphics card out, and obviously put it in reverse, push it in, make sure it clicks, give it a nice little tug. Don't try to yank it out, just give it a nice little tug, make sure it's in there nice and tight, and of course put your screw back in. Alright, this is going to be the power adapter, or the power supply that goes into the case. They're pretty simple to get in there. All you got to do is make sure that you put it on top of these two rings and slide it in. Alright guys, basically all I've done is put the screws into the back of the power supply. There are 4 screws that go into the back. Simply secure it to the case, and if you can see, it's very easy to install a power supply. All you gotta do is make sure it lands on these two little clips right here. Make sure it lands on this little platform right here, and it'll hold it into place. Now, these are the cables for the motherboard itself. I have a 24-pin motherboard, so basically that just means that there's 24 pins right here. Some motherboards come with 20 or 20 plus 4, so you got to make sure if you're going to upgrade your power supply that you get the right pin. 20 plus 4, 24, something like that, and that just simply clicks right in there. There's a slot specifically for the motherboard power supply. And what these two are for CPUs and other devices that run off of the motherboard and actually attach to it, you actually have these 4 pins that attach right up here. They supply an extra amount of power. And although they are a pain in the ass put in, they are necessary. Okay. And basically you want to push them in until it clicks. Now here comes the fun part. Lots and lots of cables. A lot of these aren't really needed, but since I have so much going on, if you have just a regular computer, they really aren't needed. All the red ends are if you get a modular power supply, all these red ends will actually be the ones that attach to the power supply back here. So let's go start putting these in. This is going to be another speed up process. Okay. These aren't needed. I've only really got one SATA device, and that's my hard drive, and I really don't need all the power for it. This will go to my my CD-ROM and my hard drive. I'll actually have an extra one that I won't need. So this is an extra SATA. Sometimes if you do a lot of gaming or video or editing or something like that, you want a couple different hard drives or to set up a RAID configuration. This will allow you to do a lot of backing up of your information. But let's go ahead and get everything connected. You'll notice these two are for my PCIe. These will actually go right in here. if you notice, on some of your cards you'll actually have a 4-pin connection right here, and you only have 3 on here. That's what the extra 2 are for. You'll actually slide these in right next door, and it'll make a nice snug connection. Alright, there we go. Now we got the main items plugged up. A lot of these items are going to be for fans, for getting external connections set up. So what we're going to do is set up these connections. Alright guys, so that was a not so quick kind of work on it kind of thing. Got my basic power supply in, all the cables for my CD-ROM, my hard drive, got my motherboard cables plugged in, got the secondary power supply plugged in, installed the graphics card, and now I'm going to have to do is connect the fans back up. I got an adapter that'll fit to this, and I got another fan, like I said, that's going to attach right here to the motherboard itself. So let's go ahead and bring this inside, and we'll get everything going. Alright, if we power this up, you'll see the blue LED fan right there, and like I'd said before, we have a green LED fan in here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the lights and put this thing together, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright guys, this is a blue LED. Obviously everything inside is blue. It shows on the outside very nicely. You can barely see the green LED that's in there. Obviously it's not showing up very well, but you can kind of see it through the slots. It does show up a lot better in the when you're here in person. But I'm going to go ahead and install this, guys. I'm going to show you give you information about the specs of the computer, what you can do to increase your hard drive or your power to your computer. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I'm going to go ahead and put the specs of my computer into the details of the video down below. If you have any questions about building your own PC or upgrading it or anything like that, I do computer work, so I can help you out with that information. Just let me know. Make sure to like, reply. Let me know what you think of this video. If you'd like to see some more of these videos, I'm going to be putting up a lot in the near future. Alright, this is your man Tagatu, and I'm out.